Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Wednesday, February 28th, the last day of the month. And we're certainly going to bring March in like a lion as it looks right now, as we got some changes brewing. We have a chance for a pretty good amount of rain across the southern part of the state into southwest Ontario and some snow. And it could pile up enough to make it shovelable here as we get into Thursday and Thursday night. Again, showers will mix with snow tonight. And I think we'll see some accumulations. A lot of questions still remain only 24 hours away from the storm or less, and we still have two pieces of energy that it's going to depend on how much phasing, where it phases, and how strong it gets before it moves off to the east. And that will be very critical as to who gets the snow and how much. But certainly, I expect some sort of winter weather headlines to be issued across at least central north central or southern lower Michigan. Again, we've got models all over the place on where the heaviest snow may fall. So again, anywhere in the area you could potentially see shovelable snow. And a nice weekend shaping up though overall, with temperatures around 40 into the low 40s with plenty of sunshine. As far as the current temperatures out there, you can see very balmy out for this time of the day. Temperatures in the mid 40s across the area. Of course, Newaygo down in the low spot down by the river, down to 34 degrees this morning. And you can see for yesterday, we had a high of 60 degrees. We were at 60.6, only 0.4 degrees away from tying the record high for the day. And we had a low of 36. And this morning so far, our low is 45 here in Breckenridge. Again, we're showing the snow 38.2. I think we'll add at least some to that here over the next couple of days. And over the next 15 days, I think we have at least a couple opportunities for some sloppy systems to move in. And again, normal high is 35, normal low is 17, so we're starting to creep up on temperatures. More sunlight every day. Spring is around the corner. You can see on the satellite view all the plentiful moisture moving out of Baja California through the Pacific up into southwest U.S., coming up in the Midwest, and we got a system from Alberta dropping down into the northern plains. And those two are going to merge someplace around the Great Lakes when it begins to intensify. And then just about the time it intensifies and dumps snow on us, it'll transfer all the energy off to a major winter storm that'll be just off the East Coast. Right now, I think portions of New York could see 1 to 2 or more feet of snow out of this system. As far as the radar, you can see all that moisture off to the south. This first batch here moving across the Great Lakes is from that low pressure system and that cold front that's going to be steadily dropping south. And then the main system now organizing itself out of in Texas and Oklahoma. That'll be moving to the northeast across the Ohio Valley, and then a system dropping again out of the northwest. They'll merge over the area around Illinois when the initial low pressure system develops. There'll be several low pressure systems that'll congeal into one and then move into around the Toledo or Cleveland area. And again, just to the north of that, I think is where we see the best chance of accumulating snows. If we look at the weather map, this will be for Thursday. You can see a pretty clustered area of low pressure systems. It's going to be trying to organize into one, and that should happen around the again around the Toledo area or Cleveland area. And again, to the northwest of that, we'll see that mix of precipitation turn over to mainly snow as we get into tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Snow throughout the evening, and then finally it'll push off by Friday morning. The sun will make an appearance, and we'll have a nice weekend on tap. But again, we're going to go through a little rough weather here until then. And again, New York, right now, you look like you're going to get just hammered with snow. And if we look at the weather map again, this should actually say Friday. That low pressure system now begins to turn into quite a bomb storm here as we get it just off the East Coast. Very, very heavy snow in that New York area again, especially up into New England as well, into some of the higher elevations in the inland areas. As far as how much rainfall we expect over the next 7 days, you can see plentiful moisture across southern lower Michigan into central Michigan, amounts around an inch. And again, my forecast for 6/10 to 9/10 still remains on tack. That's what I'm sticking with. Locally up to 1.25 inches. As far as snowfall, this is the 5-day GFS snowfall showing much of the heavier snows around that area from around Flint, Port Huron, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Mount Holly area, again over into southwest Ontario, Tupperville, St. Thomas, up to London. Lots of snow there according to GFS. If we look at the WPC 72-hour snowfall, you can see again concentrated most heavily across the southeast portions of the state into southwest Ontario, northern Ohio. And then if we look at the 72-hour Uh, WPC, this was from the 06Z run. You can see it shifted a little bit to the north. And now if we look at the very latest, you can see a lot of the heavier snow, according to the WPC, now is shifting into central and northern lower Michigan. So again, the models are quite different on this. So any place here, we'll certainly need to keep an eye on the snow. Again, my rainfall forecast is for 0.6 to 0.9 when you consider all of our stations, all averaged together, locally up to 1.25 inches or more could fall, especially across southeast lower Michigan, Blissfield, Jasper, over into St. Thomas, Tupperville. Again, you guys could get the most rainfall. That's where I expect it to fall the heaviest. As far as the forecast goes today, maybe sneaking into the mid-50s before the rain moves in, and then potentially 4 or more inches could fall across portions of the area. Again, too hard to nail down exactly who's going to get the heaviest snow, but I like the area around Flint, Lansing, up to around the Tri-Cities area, maybe a little farther southeast of that. Again, it's going to just be very dependent on how much phasing and how strong that is, when it occurs, and where it occurs. And then you can see temperatures will cool down into the 30s, and then we'll rise back up into the 40s with plenty of sunshine as we go through the weekend. And then we have some more unsettled weather once we get into the beginning of next week. As far as Weather Watch, nothing out there this morning, but now with that, some of the newer model runs showing a little farther shift north. I think anywhere's in this boxed area, we'll have to watch for the chance for accumulating snows. And I think the highest likelihood still looks like it's going to be Lansing, Flint, and our report here on Detroit area over into southwest Ontario. And we'll see how we fare out on that. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.